Word on the streets, it's BowlzNBeatz. What's good, everybody? And welcome back to another episode with your girl, X. Here to join the conversation are two talented videographers from Toronto that not only make great content, but are great role models. Let's welcome director Huss and Kyle. Woo! Well, thank you for being on the show, guys. How you feeling?
Feeling good.
Me too. I love to see it. I know that you guys are both herb advocates and music advocates. So welcome to BowlzNBeatz. So before we get into the conversation, I just want to ask you guys, what inspired you to become videographers to begin with?
From creating nothing into something, from young, it was just like I said, it was inherited in my blood. So from clothing to media, I've always had a passion to create, and just overseeing the media industry from when I started around 2018 to 2020. I know I can put my own twist on it and be a visionary, So.
And I like that you mentioned put your own twist on it, because I don't know about you guys, but I feel like the rap game is dying. Everything looks the same. Everyone sounds the same. Like, there's not a lot of motion going, and when there is, nothing really happens with it. What's your opinion on that? Why do you think it's dying?
So I'd say with music-wise, everybody's trying to follow that melodic sound and not their own sound. So it's hard to distinguish rappers by their personality, how they look, and their sound. And also to another factor on how it's dying is artists in themselves don't understand the business aspect. They have like a short lifespan business-wise, and even in like real time, because it's all about politics and all the negative side, right? Not the positive, the business side.
That's very true. And that's why I brought you guys on the show, because I feel like not only do I need, obviously, good role models that are women, but also men. We need more of that, because there's just like so much chaos within the rap industry, even just in Toronto right now. It's just chaotic. But when it comes to rap, who's more petty, the ladies or the mans?
Damn, you know what it is? I feel like the men are moving like females nowadays. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like the females love mix-up, but men are entertaining the mix-up so much.
Yes. I feel like they're a little more petty right now.
Petty.
A little more petty right now.
It's petty gang.
Everyone just hates everyone.
Yeah, everyone just hates everyone to a certain degree, but
It's true.
most definitely men are on the rise of being weird.
Which obviously it can be good. It can give you good clout, right? Like Drake and Kendrick, they just had their beef. Obviously, it gave them a lot of views. But like you said, there's also politics. Like, you want to chase that rap beef, you want to be hard and gang whatever, and then it interferes into your actual career and your actual life, right?
Exactly. It's really that business aspect, because a lot of people that are popular, their beefs are systematic and planned. The beefs in Toronto is real deal. Like, once you're politicking, you're on your op side right away.
True.
You know what I mean? So you gotta learn the business side of like how to attack the algorithm and allow people to view your stuff because of the fake beef, not necessarily the real beef. But yeah, just the positive route. Like, I don't know, they gotta be more positive and be more impactful and just be different in their music, so they can have different eyes on them aside from the politics.
What I always say is stop creating ops and create opportunities.
Hey, I like that one.
Thanks.
I like that one.
It's a good one for Toronto, especially.
Facts.
Like, people are so focused on their ops, focus on opportunities,
Yeah.
and you'll do much better in life.
Most definitely.
So how do you kind of like level up and stray away from that? Because I find that guys, I don't know what's with guys, but they don't want to drop their homies ever. They're so like bros for life, no
Bros
matter
for
what.
life.
And it's like, yo, you can elevate and leave some people behind sometimes. And I feel like guys really struggle with that. So how did you
Yeah.
kind of elevate while leaving people behind?
With elevation does require isolation. So it's like you have to be, I wouldn't say like multifaceted, but you have to have a versatile crowd around you. So aside from having that, the mandem that are doing the street stuff, you got
No judgment.
no judgment, you know what I mean?
Like, do you?
Yeah, do you? You gotta have that positive group, and like you have to be that person to mix and mingle and know time and place for everything. You know what I mean? So if you're with your street homies, you gotta tell them like, yo, guys, I'm gonna see you guys in a week. I'm about to get on my corporate gigs, and you know what it is too. You guys are kind of moving sticky. I gotta be safe when I do my stuff. You know what I mean? So they gotta.
So what
respect
if you
that.
tell some like your homies that and they start like dissing you?
Then they're not your friends. They're not your real people.
You hear that?
They're not your friends.
Facts.
They're not your real people. They don't want you to level up. They want you to stay in the ground, in the dirt with them.
And nowadays, I feel like people kind of forget that. Like, with the rap scene being so hood, everybody wants to be hood. It's like the point is to level up.
Exactly.
And your homies everybody should support you in that,
Yeah.
right? It's kind of weird if they don't.
You said it's like crab in a bucket.
Yeah, crab in a bucket mentality.
Exactly. No,
Yeah.
exactly. So I noticed that you actually started your whole health journey,
Yep,
which
yep,
is
yep.
cool because, like you said, you have to elevate. So tell me more about that. You have like a honey pack company or
Yeah.
brand, is it?
Yeah, so I outsource 3 different kind of brands. So I have the roots and herbs, I have the exotic supplements, and then I have the aphrodisiac honeys. So I actually have honey pack. Let me show you real quick.
What inspired you to start this? Because this is so different from videography. This is a whole health journey. What got you into the whole health industry?
With my like influence I have on like social media and the lifestyle I have, I'm like, how can I execute um, brands and the influence? Like, how can I execute my lifestyle more where I can get rewarded from it? So not only am I servicing myself to be better, I'm servicing like the community and allowing other people to get better. Because there's so much knowledge I'm retaining. It's like, why not give free game? Or people need it too. You know what I mean?
Honestly.
Because we're consuming so much crazy stuff online just by swiping. I want to be that impactful person to share knowledge, right?
I love that. And you are doing that. That's what caught my eye. I was like, wait, this guy's talking about something that's actually positive? Like, what? So it's
Thank
nice
you.
to see. We need to see more of that on social media, you know, especially in Toronto. There's hardly any good positive influences.
But
So let's check out that honey.
yeah, so this one is for cameraman in the back. I just opened this for you, so I'm gonna leave this right here. And then yours specifically, let me get yours.
So what does the honey do exactly? What is it for? I love honey.
So yeah, you can
Is
open
this
up right
actual honey?
there. Yeah,
Oh.
real deal honey. So
I can open it?
yeah, that's for you. So that in itself is Malaysian honey mixed with roots and herbs. So that one right there is Fiji honey. So the Fiji honey is consists of a main ingredient called Casip Fatima. So that root allows you to get stimulated if you take the full thing. So it's good for them special nights. That's for your partner. That's the rhino honey. That rhino honey.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. He's gonna do push-ups with no hands. But see that Fiji honey, it's not only for the special night. You can use it for the time of the month. So like when you're going through that period, if you take it with tea, it actually helps with the blood flow, the cramps, the pains. So
Oh, shit.
super beneficial.
Oh, shit. Ladies, hit him up for all that honey.
Fiji honey.
Oh, that's cool.
Ladies, tap in. If you wanna turn your splash park into Niagara Falls, tap in with me.
Oh, damn. He's going to love this. Thank you.
No problem. I got you.
So what inspired you to get like into the business of making that kind of honey? Because I feel like there's a lot of relationship issues nowadays.
Yeah.
A lot. It's hard to
Yeah.
have a lasting relationship. So you're kind of helping out a little bit.
Spice it up, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
But honestly, I feel like relationships in this day and age they're very like non-transparent, they're toxic, they're not real deal. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
if you can kind of like spice it up, but then like spicing it up is one factor. There's so much to the relationship talks, but yeah, with the honey and stuff, literally just to spice it up and get on that health is wealth wave and just be better.
Yeah, exactly.
Pro
So
cycle.
exactly.
Yeah.
So what advice can you give to anybody out there that's struggling with relationships? As we both just mentioned, like we're clearly all very aware that people are struggling and like it's hard to find the real deal, like you said, especially with like all the sexualized social media, like OnlyFans. So yeah, like porn, like let's
It's
be real. So
hypersexualized.
yeah. So what advice can you give to the guys out there actually that are struggling to kind of be a real man in their relationship and they don't know why?
To the guys, man, let me talk to you guys. Listen up, okay? Listen to BowlzNBeatz. This is highly requested. But to be more transparent, to heavily communicate with your partner, and to distinguish what's real and what's fake. A lot of stuff you guys see on social media, from the easy consumption of all the females you consume from swiping, the options aren't it. Once you find the real deal, then focus on that. So yeah, just distinguish the real versus fake. Be transparent. Communicate with your partner, and I promise you, take the honey pack too. It's gonna be a lovely night.
What's your advice on this, Kyle?
No comment.
No comment now. You have to. This guy, yeah, he's a guy. Tell him, talk to him. Yo, what?
You love him on.
Yeah, for sure. I just haven't.
We love to see. I hate that terms even become like a diss. Like there's nothing wrong
Yeah.
with being a love him on. What the
for
fuck?
sure.
I'm a lover. Yo, I'm super. I love to love.
Yeah, for sure. It's I don't know. Yeah, dating like day and age is like impossible. Just been.
Why do you think it's impossible? Because of
Oh.
social media?
Yeah, I think a lot of people aren't just like they're not straightforward. They
Mhm.
don't tell like I can't read your mind. I don't know what you want. No.
Is it a lead on?
Not hitting you with the stories. You should watch her stories.
No, I just yeah, I don't know. Yeah, social media is like messes up everything.
Very true.
Yeah.
And I like that you guys are talking about this because I feel like guys really struggle with talking about their emotions. That's probably why
Nah, that's
so
real
many
deal.
guys do that, because they can't even go and talk to their girl. They struggle to open up. And it is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. So I kind of want to talk on that too. How do you
For
guys
sure.
kind of deal with your mental health?
Stay in the gym, get good sleep,
Big
eat,
dog.
eat healthy. I've been eating a little too much from all the events and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Just like I don't know. I learned something in social work. You do there's like 6 dimensions of your life that you focus on. I usually write them all down, and I do like a check every like 3 months just to make sure like where my head's at. But
What are
yeah,
those? What are those
it's
six?
it's your physical health, your mental health, your emotional health, your social/spiritual, your occupational, and I think it's environment.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, that's
That's
really
real- that's
good.
real
That's really
deal.
good advice, actually. You guys write that down.
Make
That's
sure.
actually good. You're tapping into every element of your health. That's really
You
good.
can't live without one of them, right? You know,
Mhm.
if your physical health's really bad, it affects everything else.
Mm.
You know.
What's your advice to guys who really struggle with the emotional side of their health? Like they struggle to open up and talk about their feelings. Because clearly you opened up like it was nothing. You were like, I do
Yeah.
this and this and this. A lot of guys are scared to say that. They're scared to do that. They feel like it's very like feminine. They don't want to tap into their
Facts.
feelings and all that stuff.
You got to put all that ego stuff aside. Like
It's ego.
people, I don't know. Like, you're never not too good enough to go see therapy or
Mm-hmm.
Seek help.
Mm-hmm. Especially in Toronto. Literally on my last episode, I just finished telling my friend, like, in Toronto, I feel like everybody just has like different traumas from around the world, and we're all just kind of here, like, trying to figure it out. And no one will get the therapy because we have the stigma from our parents who didn't have much education about mental health. They didn't have
Facts.
therapy. They were kind of like, what the hell is that? It's for crazy people. Say for the guys that don't want to go to therapy, they're like, I don't want to talk.
I
How
don't
else
wanna
can
talk.
you deal with it?
For me, I have 2 main factors. So the first one is I have a very great like spiritual foundation that got rooted from my parents, where I can actually talk to a higher power, to God, and like just talk to the world and vent in that way. And then the second way is I'm really in the gym, like I'm programmed. It's all about discipline and programming yourself. So in the gym, probably like 4 times a week, 5 times a week. So gym and spiritual foundation.
I like that you brought up spiritual foundation, because I always tell all my girls, like, if your man does not believe in God or think there's some kind of higher power, he thinks no one's above him, and he's
Yeah.
gonna treat you like shit because he's not scared of nobody. He's not
Facts.
scared of he has no consequences. Whereas
Yeah.
when you're a believer, when you're tapped into your spirituality, you're like, this karma's gonna hit me, or like, this is wrong. You have
Yeah.
a conscience.
Yeah, and they end up idolizing a lot of things when you don't believe in God or a higher power.
Right. So
Key.
talking about herbs, you said that you're also tapped in with herbs beside the honey.
Mhm.
So what made you a herb advocate?
So for me, we're talking about gas, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because yeah, the herbs and roots. But me personally, it was a high school thing, as I think for a lot of people,
Right.
and I just tapped into it, and I didn't, I think, use it right. Like when I was smoking and stuff, everybody would pitch in, so we'd always take the last draw and we'd be inhaling crazy, like, like, you know what I mean? I wouldn't even exhale. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So getting older now, and understanding the herb in itself, there's a lot of benefits to it. You know what I mean? So for me, as someone in the creative industry, if I'm editing a lot or if I'm on set a lot and my eyes are strained, I'll smoke. You know what I mean? Or if I need a creative jump in editing,
Yeah.
I'll smoke. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So in that aspect, I don't really smoke every day. It's more occasional. So yeah.
I like that you mentioned it was about discipline and also like your relationship with weed. Because a lot of people who can't handle the relationship with weed, they don't know how to discipline themselves. They'll look at you and think you're also doing the same. Like, oh, you must also be a stoner that's doing nothing with your
Yeah.
life. You can't handle weed just because they couldn't. It's like a projection.
Yeah.
So what's your advice to those people that do stigmatize people that smoke weed, thinking like you're lazy, unsuccessful, going nowhere, unhealthy? Clearly, we are all testimonies that's false.
That's false.
Right? We have 3
It's
healthy
cap.
people here that do enjoy herbs, and we're doing great.
Personally, I'd say obviously don't judge a book by its cover. If you have that type of perception on someone, talk to them. You know, converse into the topic of herbs. And then also too is just like you just got to be more mindful on just like the whole topic in itself, because a lot of people use it as a substance to downplay a lot of things in their life, like with depression and just like the negative aspects, you know what I mean, with stress and stuff like that. So just be mindful and just know there's a positive to everything. So when it comes to gas and herbs, you don't have to look at it as a negative thing all the time.
No, for sure. And it also depends on your life experiences, what you've been through. Like, if you feel like you don't need it, good for you.
Yeah.
Like, that's not necessarily everyone's story, right?
Yeah.
So how do you stay as like a disciplined consumer?
Usually, I'm a sativa person. I like sativa.
Okay, right.
Daytime.
I mean, that's also important too, is finding the strain that's right for you. I
Correct,
find like
yeah.
when people are naturally anxious, you're naturally energetic. Maybe an indica is good for you, chill out. But if you're already too chill and you're like already lazy, definitely don't go for an indica. You're probably gonna do nothing with your day.
Nah, it's indica or nothing.
Exactly.
It's indica or nothing.
Me
to be honest.
too. Me too. Yeah.
So to make it into sativa, you just add grabba.
Ugh. I want to talk about that too,
Yeah?
grabba. Because so many people will smoke that and then blame weed for their health issues, and I'm like, bruh,
Yeah,
it's the grabba.
you're tripping.
I actually saw that you made a video about it, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that there was, like, I don't know, you were talking about addiction or whatever, and there's actually, like, rehab centers in Jamaica for
Yeah.
grabba. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
serious.
yeah.
Like, it's bad.
No, it's real deal. In a lot of Caribbean countries, they have grabba centers because
Crazy.
remember, like over here, like we have a lot of dispensaries. Over there, they don't have a lot of accessibility to dispensaries and good gas and good herb, right? So they're mixing it with a lot of grabba. So by doing that, the addiction, the depression, and just the side effects happen. There's a lot of that going on over there.
Yeah, and especially within the younger generation right now, I don't think they realize, like, what it really is. Like, they're all just kind of smoking it because they think it's, like, cool or, like, sick or,
Yeah.
like, hard or whatever. So what advice can you give to the youngins, like, smoking grabba, and they think it's sick, but they're actually throwing away their health?
Yeah, like
And I'm not talking once in a while, like, you
like
know,
every day.
serious grabba smokers. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
To the serious grabba smokers, you guys got to be more mindful, and understand that we only have this body once. So if you know the side effects to grabba in itself, you got to do things in moderation rather than every day. You know what I mean? So just learn the health is wealth lifestyle and the grabba into moderation,
It
basically.
really is. It
Yeah.
really is. Like, if you don't got your health, you got nothing.
Facts.
Doesn't even matter if you have millions. Like, it does not matter. So, health priority, y'all.
Yep.
Now, I got to ask you, before
Yep.
I try this honey myself, have you actually tried it? And
I've-
does it work? Are you guys testimonies to this honey?
I'm sure super testimonial. I have a super testimonial. You want to go first? Because I have a super testimonial.
You have a wild story after you took this honey? Like, people need to know what's going to happen, what's going to go down.
So I took it to DR. I took it to
Oh,
Dominican.
okay.
Yeah, so you know in Dominican they have mama juana as well. You know about the mama juana? Yeah. So I had the aphrodisiac honey. Let me see, I think I had the rhino to be exact. Rhino honey, so that's mountain honey. And then I had the mama juana. So when I say I was doing push-ups with no hands, I was really doing push-ups with no hands. Yo, so we're in lounge. It was at a resort. So it was all-inclusive. So we went from bar to bar to bar. The last place I remembered was I was in a bar and I woke up on the balcony, and then just know there's no bowls, but there's definitely beats. So it was going crazy. Yeah, this honey pack is crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Damn. And you know what? It's actually a great alternative to like things like Viagra
Yeah,
that
natural.
probably aren't good for you, right? I mean, I don't know much about it, but how can you kind of compare it to a better alternative than those things?
So a lot of people don't know, but there's so much accessible aphrodisiacs in like supermarkets. So aside from like something as potent as the honey, you can even go to, let's say, a No Frills, a Sobeys, a Longos, or even your mom and pop boutique supermarket. You can get watermelon, and aside from the flesh in itself, you can juice out the outsides, the rinds, and the rinds in itself is an active ingredient like Viagra. So there's a lot of natural things you can take. You can eat oysters. You can have dark chocolate. You know what I mean? So this honey is just like one of the most potent ones, but there's so much other potent aphrodisiacs that you can get on a daily basis just to even boost your bloodstream, be more fertile, all that stuff.
Oh, cool. The more you know. You guys listening up? Damn, that's
Yeah.
really, really cool.
Yep.
I can't wait to try it.
Hey.
And you know what? Talking back on that whole, guys are kind of scared to talk to their girls. So even when it comes to like sex, like sometimes they don't want to tell their girl what they want or like
Yeah.
what they're into. So they'll go to other resources. And you guys are really just hurting your relationships because I guarantee you 9 times out of 10, your girl
Yeah.
is way more freakier than you are.
Yeah.
Period. And if
Yeah.
she's not, give her some of that honey. She will be
Give-
tonight.
But yeah, you have to give it to her with consent. Don't just put honey in
Oh,
a smoothie and
God.
make
Stop.
put it with consent. You know what I mean? Like really talk to your partner. Like if it's not like your wifey and it's just like your partner in the roster, just like talk to them. Like what do you like? What do you guys like? Like what, like, okay, oh, you don't like this, you don't like that. Like, make sure you know to the T, because once you get to them times, it like just enhances it.
No, literally, you're gonna feel dumb. You're gonna be like, why didn't I do this sooner?
Yeah. Grow up, guys. How about that? Grow up.
Yeah, no, literally.
Grow up.
If you can't talk to whoever you're having sex with, you shouldn't be having
Yeah,
sex.
you're not old enough. You're just, yeah, you're just a rabbit. Like,
Honestly.
yeah.
And before we wrap it up, I just want to talk about just the living conditions in Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's struggling out here. I think that's why so many people are smoking weed.
Stressed.
We're all struggling. So how are you guys kind of dealing with this whole epidemic going on in the city? Because it's Toronto specifically. Like, people are kind of living paycheck to paycheck right now.
Yeah.
Like, even if you're doing well, you're still trying to just maintain what you have.
Still
No one's
hard.
really leveling up. Yeah. So how you guys kind of dealing with this whole?
Well, my plan is I want to leave Toronto. I just bought a cinema camera, like $8,000. It's ridiculous, but I want to move to LA.
Okay.
Just like everything about it just seems like good. Like I felt healthier when I was out there. Amazing people, millions of opportunities. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Toronto is it for me. I don't know. Maybe like one of my dreams is to maybe like own a crib in like, or like even an apartment in like Pickering if I could afford it. And just like, 'cause it's close enough to the city and close enough to, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know where life's gonna take me. I do want to move.
I feel like everybody wants to leave the city. That's terrible.
You see how society is going on?
That means
though?
there's an issue.
There's a big issue.
So what's your advice to people who kind of want to stay in the city but they can't afford the lifestyle right now?
I'd say to live within your means. If you're not living within your means and you're a consumer of society, you're gonna feel the downfall of what's going on, like the drought of everything. So yeah, just live within your means, save for many rainy days, and just prioritize your wants and needs and your finances.
Yeah, especially for people like us who are like chasing our passions, like it can be a struggle, obviously, especially when you're
100%.
not making that income that you want at first. So how did you guys kind of stick it through the mud when you weren't where you wanted to be?
For me, I've been blessed where when I started hustling from like 12, 13, as I said, like saving for rainy days is important. So for me, I felt like I saved for like 50 rainy days where when society made that big change, I never really got affected by it, even though I do feel the consequences here and there. But yeah, just literally saving and then disciplining myself to disciplining my finances, that financial IQ. So not spending too much.
I think that's a
just-
big problem in society. Is like everyone's struggling, but like, why are you at the club every weekend then?
Listen, I'm telling you,
Bruh, if you're broke, why are you at the club every weekend?
popping bottles to impress who? Go back to your BMs.
Right.
Go back to the crib.
Right. Like, stop trying to impress each other. Impress yourself.
Yeah, literally.
How about you, Kyle?
Yeah.
How do you feel you can kind of survive in this society in Toronto?
So prior to all this, I was a Domino's delivery driver.
Oh, no way.
And
Big Domino. Shout out Domino's.
Jeez.
I know.
Hungry belly.
Awesome. But yeah, the minute I quit, I was like I have no income. I just bought a camera, and like I think COVID like just started too. So I'm like, how am I gonna make like my dreams a reality, right? So I didn't leave the house I stayed in my basement, watched movies, picked up whatever gigs I could pick up. So it was kind of like survival of the fittest. Like I'm doing a little bit better now financially, but like I'm still saving a rainy day.
Can I touch upon that?
Yeah.
So basically, that stigma of staying at your parents' house and having to leave like soon as possible because you're an adult and you're grown, you shouldn't feel the need to, especially with how society is going. To be honest with you, stay at your parents' house, stack up, take care of them, and then it'll be easier for you because obviously less expenses. You're working as a team. So yeah, love your dukes, man. Love your parents.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Let's touch on that for a
Yeah.
second. Even
Real
like
deal.
when it comes to guys in general, I feel like they're so scared to say that they love their
No.
parents and
Love
all
your
that.
parents.
It's like, yeah, like be proud of that, especially if you have them.
Mm-hmm.
Because not everybody does. I feel like people forget it's a privilege.
Yeah.
It's not a right. So I used to tell my friends who did have parents, or at least one parent, like, appreciate what you have. They'd be like, girl, like, you have like this sick fit. You're out here living your best life, going on vacation. And I'm like, that's not living your best life. Living your best life is being surrounded by people who love you.
Yeah.
And like a lot of people don't
Thanks.
get that. Like
Yeah.
they really think that's just something people say. Like it's not. You can have the best car, you can have the best house, you can have a great bank account, but if you
Facts.
got nobody that loves you around you to kind of share that with you,
Then you can't enjoy
what's the
it.
point?
Yeah.
100%.
No, it's real. It's real life, and that's very great that you have that perspective.
Mhm.
And a lot of these youth don't have that because It's so materialistic.
Yes, especially because you were just talking about everybody lives with their parents.
Yeah,
I think people forget sometimes that's a privilege.
that's a privilege.
And like take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Like that's help.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
So yeah, save up not just for your bus downs and your cars and stuff like that, but also save up for the longevity of your life. You know what I mean? Because once you have specific expensive wants, and then knock on wood, your parents aren't there no more. What happens to the house that you live in? Are you on the will? Are you on yeah? Are you even on the will? Do you have like a backup savings account? Like what's going on with life? Because you can crash out easy. So you gotta be
100%.
very mindful on the longevity of your life if you plan to live long. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Exactly. And I like that you touched on taking care of your parents as well, because like respectfully, I don't see that much here in Toronto. I should say. I feel like outside in other countries that's really big,
Yeah.
but in North America at least you
Not
don't
at
see
all.
that too much, which is
No.
really weird considering this country is very privileged, and it's
Yeah.
usually the ones that get carried by their parents till their 30s, and then they kind of just forget about them. Like
Yeah.
that shit's wild to me. Like you said, health is wealth, but so are having a good support system. It doesn't necessarily have to be your parents, but anybody who's supporting you and your family, right?
These kids are spoiled. And I talked about it the
Brats,
other
little
day.
brats.
You may disagree to this, but I feel like parents right now they're too soft with their kids. It's all about because like
Mm-hmm.
with the mainstream like news and stuff, they're telling you to talk to your kids and it's not right to beat them. My Dukes beat me, so if I learned by that. So you gotta beat your kids and yeah, make them learn.
I kind of do to a certain extent.
To a
agree
certain
with that.
extent, not beat them
Yeah,
like
no,
where they're
I
gonna be
know what you
traumatized.
mean. Yeah. Not to a
beat them.
traumatizing point, but like
Yeah.
if they're acting up, you gotta show them who's boss. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
literally.
Like, bruh, not even. I'm not even gonna mention names, but someone I know has a little brother.
Yeah.
That guy, bro, he calls his parents fam.
No.
He'll be like, yo, fam. I'm like,
no.
who are you saying yo, fam, to
crazy.
your mother?
No.
Your mom?
I could
Who's
never.
making you dinner, paying your bills, wiping your ass?
Yeah.
You're gonna call her yo, fam?
I could never.
So that's
actually
just
crazy.
wild. Like, in that sense, exactly. I'm like,
Yeah.
they should have beat him because he has a mouth on him now. Like,
I'm
and they
telling you.
provide everything. It's like, that's just crazy.
Yeah, you gotta take away from that spoiled routine
Yeah,
to make them
100%.
learn life.
That I feel like that also stems from, again, generational traumas from around the world.
Facts.
You know, they all brought it here, and now they're over cuddling their kids because they want to protect them the way they weren't protected, right?
Now free the kids.
But there are negative sides, for sure,
That
for
too.
sure. They can be ungrateful.
Yeah.
So stay grateful, stay blessed, and take care of your health, y'all. That's basically the point of today's show.
Yep. BowlzNBeatz.
Yes. So before we wrap it up, do you guys have anything you want to tell the audience? Anything you got coming up in your lives, where they can find you on Instagram or social medias?
You can find me on Instagram at Composed by Kyle. I'm taking bookings for photo booths for the next 2 months, and then that's about it.
For me, I'm Mr. 3-in-1, Hungry Belly Huss, Health Plug Huss, and Director Huss. Tap in with me. Just stay tuned with all the content that's going on. Whole lot of gigs happening, whole lot of podcasts, whole lot of lifestyle stuff. So yeah, just stay tuned.
Time for the shouts outs.
Hey, shout out the brands that tapped in with me. We got Exotic Hot Pot.
Bam, 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 bam.
Boom. We got Gas Clinic.
Damn.
And we got Big Boss Boulevard. Thank
Big
you guys for
Boss.
tapping in. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get BowlzNBeatz activated.
Yes, we are. It's exactly what we're going to do once these cameras shut down. You guys heard
You
it
heard the
here
guys.
live. Yeah, exactly. Thank you guys for coming on. Like, I really do appreciate it because it's hard to find guys who will come here and just be an open book and give real advice to help out today's society because you don't see
Sure.
that often. You see a lot of toxic viral things, so it's nice to have some positive content, right? So keep doing your thing.
Thank you,
I'm
thank
honored
you.
you were here. And to everybody that stayed tuned, comment, like, subscribe, all that goodish.
Make sure.
Word on the streets. It's BowlzNBeatz. Bye.
Yes.
So good.
Thank
Yeah.
you for having us.